and my top slide. I need to be completely on my side here. So the first thing we're going to do is get our frame, cupping the shoulder right here, and I'm keeping my hand on his hip, or at least framing his knee right here, okay? So, but I always need to stay on my side. Don't leave your frame too far back, like your elbow here. Try to keep, even though I have a frame, keep your elbow on the inside. My elbow is kind of on the inside of his arm. Okay, that way when I pivot frame to pummel, it's an easy transition versus me trying to lead with my hand and shoot it through and come out. So try to keep your elbow on the inside. So I'm here. So now I'm figure four. Well, all I'm going to do, it's very simple, is my leg. I'm going to open my leg. I'm going to bridge into him and kind of take my forehead to the mat. I'm going to hip escape back. And now I'm going to shoot my knee through his elbow and his knee. And I'm going to frame away here. Boom. And all I'm doing is pointing it to the sky, completely turning the opposite direction. Circling my foot out into close guard. Very basic, guys. So very basic. Let's just partner. Once I'm here, I need to flare my elbow out. I need to get his arm on top of my shoulder. I can't have a weak pummel where his arms and my elbows touching my body. I need to get it away from my body and create space. I'm not here around his head because he can posture up out of it and then sit right back down on it and trap my arm down. So I'm across the belt here, across his hip, where he can. And now from here, all I'm going to do, guys, is here. I'm kicking my leg to change my angle. I'm coming up. Once I'm here, all I'm going to do is drag him down. I'm pulling him to the mat where my butt is, and I'm hip escaping out and then trying to take his back. Look, I can just close behind his guard, start looking to attack and stretch him out, then I can get my second hook in. Okay?
So is that, why do that instead of coming all the way up to his back? I guess
it's too much space. You never, anytime you come up to the back, like if I hit this here, this is too much ground to cover for me to have to go up. He's going to turn into guard. He's going to escape. By the time he feels me trying to stand up, try to come up to take his back, he's already escaping. This is too much space, and guys get sloppy. It's easier to stay tight down here and start dragging him down because I already have a hook in right there. So if I start hip escaping, I already have a hook in and I can look to get the second. There's no space. My head's out. Look, when I collapse him, when I come up like we were just doing, my bottom hand comes over his arm and I get my hands together. That way, look, he's basing on this arm here. I can collapse that arm. And now he can't necessarily base. Now as I'm bringing it down, I'm hip escaping and looking to take his back. Okay? So on this one, we're not. I'm coming up, I'm hugging his back. Look, I'm posting my hand up high, above his head here, so I can shift my weight forward, pull my leg out, and now I'm here. Look, my knee is over his calf. My knee is on the inside, my foot is on the outside. If my knee and foot are on the inside, he can roll the knee bar if he knows how, okay? If my knee and leg are on the outside, he can roll the closed guard over his inside shoulder, and now I'm trying to fight out of his closed guard, okay? So when I come to the back, I need to prevent all of that. So when I pull, I post my hand, pull my leg out, my knee goes in the inside, foot on the outside. And now I can block, blocking his leg to the mat so I can control this seatbelt grip here. And again, I can start figuring out how to take his back over time. I can start coming up here, and again, collapsing his elbow so I can begin to bring him down. It doesn't really matter for now. We're just coming up to the back. Only a few minutes, and we're going to do the next two resting things. So, frame to pummel, post your hand above the head, shift your weight, pull your leg out, put your knee over his calf, and then just control his waist. Okay? Come out the back, he's going to whizzer here. He's going to loop his arm back and stop me from going to his back with this movement. Look, when this happens, I'm going to look at his far knee. If his far knee is on the mat, look, I got a good base. I'm going to reach across, grab the outside of his knee, and I'm pulling it in towards me. As I drive through him and I'm hopping to the other side. Block his hips, then you can worry about getting this arm out and getting around his head. So, I'm here again. When I start coming out the back, if I'm here and I start trying to come to the back, he whizzers, I'm looking at the outside knee. The outside knee is down, I'm grabbing it, pulling it in as I drive through him and hop to the other side. Block the hip, and worry about getting this one out. Okay? Pretty easy. Let's work through this for a few minutes. As I'm going to push into him. When I feel him pushing back, this outside hand, instead of reaching for the far knee, is gonna dive towards my own knee right here. And I'm gonna pull him with my hand around the hip on top of me, and I'm just guiding him right over. Boom. Then I'm pulling it out, blocking the hip, and everything's the same. So again, if I'm here, he applies the whizzer, I'm trying to come up, he steps that far leg, so I'm gonna push into him. When he pushes back, I'm not reaching my arm all the way across, because if he sprawls, now boom, he's on top of me and I can't get him up. So instead, I'm not reaching for the far knee, I'm diving my hand here, almost like this inside ankle. And I'm pulling him on top of me at the same time, and he just comes right over. Boom, okay?
Are your feet doing like a little pendulum swing action, or no, you just lean?
Nah, that's not really necessary.
Okay.
You push into him, as soon as you feel him push back, boom, you just drop and he comes right over. Okay? You'll see, let's try it. So, push into him when he pushes back. I want my hip to, when I'm here, I want my hips to touch, block his leg. There should not be space back here where I'm trying to pull him onto me. That's not it. That's how you're gonna get in trouble. When I dive, my hip and my chest is blocking his knee and my hand is between his legs right here. Okay? And it's more this, I'm pulling him onto me as I'm turning. This hand, same direction I'm pulling. Here, boom.
Otherwise, if you get space, he just goes to mount.
He just sprawls.
Yeah.
And then you know, similar to mount, not gonna mount me, but I'm just not gonna get him up if he sprawls. So I gotta block his knee. So as soon as I'm diving between, my hip is blocking his leg. Boom. And then he's just carrying right over. Okay? So try to focus on that.
What if you post that leg, but he's not necessarily withering down?
Then I go to his back. Yeah. If you're straining too much to try to hit something, you're working too hard. Jiu-jitsu's all about, if it's not there, something else easy is, right? So if he's trying to pressure me and do what he needs to do, right, if I'm trying to frame and pummel, now I've got some space. And it should never be, you know, where I'm trying to like muscle him off. But just hand off to your knee if you're weak in the shoulders like I am, the hand. And now if I feel resistance, he's trying to push into me, look, I'm just riding, I'm just escaping. I'm never doing anything too much. And once I get my head out, I'm nice and relaxed. Again, I'm just reading what he does. I'm kind of putting him in a position. I'm going to take this leg out. And he knows I want to take this leg out and move up to his back. So if he's going to react, I'm going to read what he does. I'm not going to try to force anything. And so that's what we're trying to get away from. We're trying to get away from jiu-jitsu, is trying to like, shrink through things. That's garbage, right? Over time, it's like I put him to a choice, and I know he has two potential outcomes from there. And I'm going to see which one he's going to go to, and then I'm going to capitalize on it, right? I'm just walking him down a path. And eventually I know the outcomes to each decision. The only decisions he can make, I know what those decisions are, the options are, and I know what I can do based on either one. So again, once we know enough of these things and the way they play out, we just start to walk guys down these things, and that's all jiu-jitsu is. It's just walking them down these paths where we know the outcome. We try to navigate to an outcome that we can kind of beat them, where we can beat them to the punch. So my point is, don't strain too much. If one thing is not there, the other one is. So just look, right? If I'm going frame to pummel and I can't get it, then I should be able to go to closed guard and start my closed guard series, okay? All right, so let's do some up, down, out. A little more resistance from the top. Look, here's what I want. Guys, watch my legs. Here's what I want you to do now. To get this leg out, look, I want you to open this one. Open, put this one over the ankle and pull it out. And now so that makes it easier to take your leg out. And we're going to use that a lot next week. So normally where I'm here in my half guard, I'm going to open my bottom leg. My top one's going to pull his heel out. And now it's easier to lift, pull my leg out, and start coming to the top. Play around with it. You don't have to remember it. Play around with it a little is what I want. So we can play around with it more Friday. By Monday next week,